The second requisite for the exercise of the power of judicial review is that the petitioner must be a proper party. A proper party is one who has sustained or is in danger of sustaining an immediate injury as a result of the acts or measures complained of. So this deals with the person's legal standing. Legal standing is the personal and substantial interest in the case such that the party has sustained or will sustain direct injury as a result of the governmental act that is being challenged. This is the right of appearance in a court of justice in a given question. Interest. It should be material interest, an interest in issue and to be affected by the decree, as distinguished from mere interest in the question involved or a mere incidental interest. It must be personal and not based on a desire to vindicate the constitutional right of some third and unrelated party. So for example, in the case of Hoya versus PCGG, the court held that petitioners' claim for the continued enjoyment and appreciation by the public of the artworks owned by the Marcoses but were confiscated by the PCGG is at most a privilege and is unenforceable as a constitutional right. Now, what are the requisites of legal standing? That the cases involve constitutional issues. When it is a taxpayer suit, there must be a claim of illegal disbursement of public funds or that the tax measure is unconstitutional. Taxpayer suits are allowed to question contracts entered into by the national government or GOCCs allegedly in contravention of the law. Taxpayer suits are disallowed when only municipal contracts are involved. For voter suit, there must be a showing of obvious interest in the validity of the election law in question. When the asserted harm is a generalized grievance shared in substantially equal measure by all or large class of citizens, that harm alone normally does not warrant exercise of jurisdiction. Alleged inaction of the COMELEC to call a special election to fill up the existing vacancies in the Batasang Pambansa standing alone would adversely affect only the generalized interest of the citizens. So this was held in the case of Lozada versus COMELEC. For a citizen suit, the concerned citizens must show that the issues raised are of transcendental importance, which must be settled early. In one case, the Supreme Court held that when a mandamus proceeding involves the assertion of a public right, the requirement of personal interest is satisfied by the mere fact that the petitioner is a citizen, and therefore part of the general public, which possesses the right. So in the case of Legazpi versus CSC, the court held that the right of the people to information on matters of public concern regarding the information on civil service eligibilities of sanitarians is a public right. In the case of Oposa versus Factoran, the court held that petitioner's personality to sue in behalf of the succeeding generations can only be based on the concept of intergenerational responsibility insofar as the right to a balanced and healthful ecology is concerned. When it comes to legislators' suit, there must be a claim that the official action complained of infringes upon their prerogatives as legislators. A member of the Senate or the House of Representatives has the legal standing to question the validity of a presidential veto or a condition imposed on an item in an appropriation bill. Where the veto is claimed to have been made without or in excess of the authority vested on the President by the Constitution, the issue of an impermissible intrusion of the executive into the domain of the legislature arises. The remedy of overriding a veto is available only when the same is based on policy or political considerations, not when it is claimed to be ultra vires. So in the latter case, it is the court to decide.